Hey, it's been a while. Welcome back. It is now February 8th, 2024, and officially the first day of Season of Discovery Phase 2. The last video that I did was quite a while ago, and it was as I completed leveling and a few quests at 25. The new level cap has been raised to 40, and a whole bunch of new content has been dropped with the game, which means that it's now time to begin leveling again and to do some Season of Discovery from level 25 to 40. I figured since I had quite a bit of fun making videos doing the 1 to 25 leveling experience that I would recreate that effort with 25 to 40, at least in part. And so this is the video where we'll start that journey again. But a lot has happened since the last video that I made, and I've played quite a bit of World of Warcraft, and so I figured I'd maybe go through a couple of things that have occurred and show you where I'm at, and then we'll go and do some quests. So I guess the best place to start is with casual hero, my paladin, who's, as I said, level 25. I have, over the last couple months, done a lot of dungeons and raids and acquired significantly good gear. In fact, there's something called Best in Slot, which is the truly like the top tier piece of equipment. And most of my gear is either Best in Slot or BIS or very close to it. And I have only in some areas gone with like a stylistic choice. For instance, there's some shoulders that are slightly better, but these I think look the best and also have very good stats, so I chose those. And then like I have a PvP trinket which allows me to break PvP effects, but I could swap it out with another trinket. But at any rate, my character is very geared for level 25. I do a ton of damage compared to where I was in our last video. And one of the reasons for that is I have Deadly Strike of the Hydra, which is purple, which means it's epic. So blue is rare, green is uncommon, purple is an epic weapon. And I was fortunate enough to win one of these during a Black Fathoms Deep dungeon or raid. And it is a complete game changer in the amount of damage output that I've done. I've also made some gold, as you can see down here. And what you'll see also is my other characters and what money they have. And so I've got a few characters now, and I've made a fair bit of gold. And I've used a few add-ons to augment the user interface. Like this is a bag modifier, so it takes all, rather than having to open the bags individually, it just has them all open all at once. So it's a little bit more simple and easy to use, higher quality of life. I've got some additions, like my cast bar here is different. It gives me what spell it is, how long it takes, and then there's a swing timer or a global cooldown timer below it. And some other things. This little black bar here is a damage meter for black box is a damage meter. When I'm in a group, it shows who's doing damage at what rate and that kind of thing. I think probably the biggest thing that's happened, and it was starting to happen a little bit towards the end of the last series of videos, but I'm in the guild called the Scarlet Crusade, which is the Scarlet Crusade in game is a organization that you fight against quite regularly. They're bad guys. They're religious zealots and way over the top, and you end up fighting them quite a bit. Both Horde and Alliance fight against them. Well, because I'm on a role-playing server, one of a group of people decided to make the Scarlet Crusade a player guild, as well as it being a in-game team or faction. And so I've been in the Scarlet Crusade, and I have been fairly active in the guild and am now in an officer role. So I'm one of the kind of senior officers of the guild, which has been one of the most enjoyable experiences in a video game that I've had in a really long time. And it's been a lot of fun to take part in the human aspect of the MMO. And so helping new players get quests done, or providing assistance in areas where they're struggling, forming raid groups to do PvE content, getting players together to do player versus player content. And then we've been doing some role playing, which sounds kind of nerdy and is, but has been a ton of fun because a lot of the engagements that we have, the interactions we have, are completely emergent, and happen in real time, and often just kind of as things are going along. And it's been a ton of fun, a ton of enjoyment. The folks that are in the Scarlet Crusade with me, the people that I play with on a regular basis, have all been really good human beings and good people, and have made what has already been a really pleasant experience. I talked about in my last video, Season of Discovery, and playing WoW Classic again, they have just taken it to the next level. And it's been something that when I go home from work and look forward to logging on and hanging out with these folks and exploring the world, and challenging ourselves and stuff like that. And so I can't say enough good things about the social aspect of this experience for the last couple months. And now we are all about to embark on this next portion of this next phase of Season of Discovery, and that's the leveling from 25 to 40. And so with that, let's get after it. There's a few things that I want to do right away to prepare us, and a couple of those things are here in Stormwind City. We're standing in front of the cathedral right now. Oh, excuse me. Oh, by the way, I've also killed 1,186 people in PvP combat, and got to the rank of Sergeant, which is the top PvP rank during the phase. It's now going to go higher, but my skills for alchemy and herbalism, first aid, and fishing have all been maxed out. They're capped at 150 at level 25. But I can now go to the trainers and learn the next rank of those. And so that way, when I do those activities out in the world, I will get credit for it and increase my skills. So, actually, the first aid trainer is right back here, I think. So we're going to stop there first and upgrade our first aid training to the next level. I think she's in here. If not, I'll have to go find out where the next level person is, because they're not always co-located. The higher the rank you want to do, the more they make you work for it, unsurprisingly. And so here is a first aid trainer. Let's see if she lets me do artisan first aid training. Nope. Okay. Or expert first aid training. She does not. Okay. So that means I'm going to have to find a first aid trainer. They're probably located in another zone or region that I'll have to travel to. So that's what is that? I have not seen that there before. I wonder if that is new, or if I have low attention span, or if that maybe is a clue or something to do with Season of Discovery. Just like in the first Season of Discovery, there were additions made to the base game to enhance and change the playstyle and experience. Most significantly was the rune system, which I have collected all but one for the Paladin. The 12th one is kind of expensive to collect and low utility for the playstyle that I have, so I just haven't bothered to get it yet. But maybe we will this phase. But a lot of other things have subtly changed about the game, and so maybe that picture is one of the things. We'll find out, I guess, eventually. But for now, I'm going to run over here to the Mage Quarter and link up with the Herbalism trainer and the Alchemy trainer and see if I can't improve my skills, so that way when I go out in the world and pick some flowers, I get credit for it. In addition to that, though I am level 25, I have some quests saved up that I did before the level cap, and we're going to turn those in, and it should help push this blue bar a little bit. That's tailoring. Where am I going? Alchemy. Here we go. So here's the Herbalism trainer. Let's see if I can train past 150. Requires level 26. Okay. I'm going to have to level before I can update these things. I got it. That makes sense. Okay. So we'll just go start leveling and get after it. In my quest log, I have some quests that I've already completed out in the wetlands. So what we'll do is head out there and turn those in, and then we'll do some additional quests to earn some experience. I have just a little bit of rested experience. I don't know if you recall, that's the blue bar, and it goes to here. The more I don't play, the more rested experience I get. So that'll help level it. One of the interesting topics of conversation, both in my guild and then in game in general, on YouTube, where people are talking about it, in the Discords and in the forums, has been how people plan to attack or get after the leveling period in Phase 2. And there's a few different ways you can do it. And a lot of folks are going as fast as they can. They want to get to the max level 40, as quickly as they can. And then there's a lot of folks that want to take their time with it and enjoy the experience, rediscover these zones, which is one of the stated goals of Season of Discovery. Is the destination is not as important as the journey. And so the journey is kind of the experience that they're trying to really amplify in this version of the game. But still, the destination is a lot of fun. The end game, whether it was at 25 or now is at 40 or eventually will be 50 or 60, is a ton of fun too. And so a lot of people like that, and they like the completionist aspect of it. But if you're intending to level as fast as you can, a lot of folks are choosing to do speed runs through dungeons, which give you a relatively high XP per hour coefficient. And they're also doing raids in Black Fathom Deeps. That was the level 25 end game raid, which is now a leveling raid, so you get experience from it. And a lot of folks you can have up to 20 quests. They would stack in 20 completed quests. And then as soon as the game launched, which it launched earlier this afternoon, they started turning in all of those. So I have a buddy in the guild who was able to do an entire level and a half of experience from quests that he completed prior to the launch of Phase 2, and then just saved and turned in at Phase 2. I did a little bit of that. I was out in the wetlands, and I decided to do some quests. And originally, I was going to do them and turn them in, because what had happened was at max level 25, if you did a completed quest, it would take the experience and then generate that into coins instead, whether it's gold or silver. And so I was running quests to make some money and to fund my playing. And so I originally started with that, but then it was a few days from it was going to be a few days from the launch of Phase 2, and I figured, you know what, why don't I save a few just to get myself kind of going, like a kickstart, and accelerate just a little bit, just so I get some momentum going into 25, and then we'll take it from there. So one group, the speedrunners, the max 40 as quick as they can, they're doing mostly dungeon grinds, running through the Stockades, Scarlet Monastery, Black Fathoms Deep, and eventually the higher end dungeons that you can do. And they're just going to run those repeatedly over and over and over again. I'm going to do a little bit of that, because some of the dungeons are a lot of fun, and that's where you get good gear. Specifically the Scarlet Monastery, which I will talk about a lot more in later videos, but it is a Scarlet Crusade dungeon or series of dungeons. And so thematically, it's going to be a lot of fun to be in there. It drops a lot of gear that makes sense for someone in the Scarlet Crusade to wear, et cetera, et cetera. But I also want to experience the more traditional, deliberate, slow, exploratory leveling experience from 25 to 40. And so that's what these videos are really going to be focused on, is the open world exploration, the doing quests and running back and forth, rediscovering zones that I played decades ago, or discovering zones that I've just never played in, or maybe portions of zones or quests in zones that I either skipped past or forgot to do, or just didn't have a chance to experience. And so that is going to be what drives my leveling experience, at least for Casual Hero. Something else that has happened in the time that I've recorded was I've created a couple of alternate characters, and I've gotten 2 other characters besides Casual Hero here to level 25. And so I have a level 25 priest named Casual Zealot, and a level 25 druid, which I play as a balanced druid, which is a spellcasting druid. They call them boomkins because of you get this boomkin form at level 4, or moonkin is what they technically are. At level 4, you get moonkin, which is a shape-shifting ability you get at level 40, but they call them boomkins because the damage output is bursty and big and powerful, but it's like you go 100 miles an hour and then all of a sudden you run out of mana and you got nothing left. But at any rate, it's a caster play style that's in this hybrid character. It does a little bit of healing as well. So much like Casual Hero and how I've played this as a utility player that adds value to the group, that helps others, that can heal and do damage and do some tanking. The druid is like that, and the priest is like that to some extent. And so there's I suppose a clear predisposed character archetype or playstyle archetype that I enjoy doing. And so my 3 level 25 characters all have some facet or component of that, just in different flavors in different ways. By far and away, the Paladin, Casual Hero, is my favorite playstyle and my favorite character. He's my main. But I do enjoy the other two. And so I think what we'll see in this series is me intermixing those as well and getting to see a little bit of different playstyles and different dynamics in the game. But and especially with those, since they're the alternate characters, I may be a little bit more predisposed to doing the dungeon grind to level a little bit faster. But for casual, we're going to mix it up and really kind of touch all facets of the game. And there's no rush to 40, though I will like to achieve the level in a reasonable amount of time, because I want to stay at the same kind of pace that my friends in the guild are doing it, so that way we can experience some of the new end game content together at the same time as each other. Anyway, that's enough of me bumping my gums. Let's get after turning in some quests. And so I have an add-on called Questy, which I think I downloaded in the last series after hitting 25, and I'm going to keep it because it's just such a nice quality of life thing. But you'll notice I have some question marks, and that's where I got to turn in some quests. So we shall start doing that, and we'll start with Carl here, who has asked me to kill a Murloc named Gobbler, and I did, and here's the proof. I have his head in my bag along with a bunch of other shit. So we're going to turn that in, get a well done, and get paid a little bit of coin, and make 1,750 experience in the process. So boom, made some progress. Also, underneath my my camera, you can't quite see it, but there is a reputation gain for Stormwind, so that's nice. He's got another quest for me. It says that not long ago, a merchant vessel, the Blind Princess, was raided by Murlocs, and although the ship escaped intact, much of its cargo was dragged overboard by the creatures, including a very valuable statuette of Tyrannus Menethil. We want that statuette recovered. Search the coastal Murloc hovels for crates, barrels, and other evidence of lost cargo. Find the Menethil statuette and return it. And when I do that, I'll get 5 healing potions, which are always nice to have. So we'll take that quest. And now we're going to run around town here, Menethil Harbor. And oh, there's a crate right there that looks like it's what I want to loot it, but I can't. So we'll come here to James. James had asked me to kill some crocodiles and bring back proof with some giant crocodile skin. So I did that. And now he's saying, he's asking me if I want to be his apprentice. And then, you're a joker, James. Besides, from the looks of you, it seems that you have other ambitions in life. That is true. Nonetheless, just find skins you've procured, and I'll be able to put them to good use. So now he's going to give me an option of picking what look like either leggings or a poncho. So the malleable chain leggings are armor 163, strength 7, agility 3, stamina 3. But my current leggings, which I got in Black Fathoms Deep, are armor 191, which is better. 3 more strength at 10, 4 more agility at 7, and 6 more stamina, which is 60 health points. So obviously, the ones I'm already wearing are better. The same is true for the poncho. And this is going to be the theme. A lot of the quests I do, level 25 to 30, the gear's not going to be better than what I'm already wearing. And that's fine. I knew that was going to happen. I'm also entirely over-geared for this experience. So you'll see when I hit monsters in a few minutes, they're going to die quick. But what I will do is I'm going to take this one because it vendors at a higher price than the poncho, which is what that little icon right there means. And I'm going to complete the quest, get 2,100 experience, and then I'll sell those leggings to a vendor for a little bit of coin. So we'll come over here. There's a few more quests to turn in. Oh, actually, I got to go inside this barracks here first. Someone's asking a question in chat on what item to use. And let me come in here. Oh, here's a quest to get. Let's see what he wants us to do. Wants us, kiss of the wind, my job to tell eager souls of a land of Kalimdor and a land of opportunity. So he wants us to go to Kalimdor and speak with somebody in Theramore. We'll do that because now we can level. But we're going to go upstairs first. I think there's a quest to turn in up here. And I apologize if the first video in this series is going to be a little bit less exciting. But what I'll do is after I turn in my quest, we'll stop this one, and then the next one we'll get into the action where we start killing some stuff. So I went and killed some orcs in the Dragon Maw, and I collected their war banners on behalf of Count Stoutfist here. And he says that the Dragon Maws are not the same threat they were when they had dragons, but they're still fierce opponents. The Dragon Maws are led by Nekrosh, son of Nekros, who was the former head of the Dragon Maws years ago. Nekros used powerful magic to tame the red dragons. But when that magic failed him, the dragons were not happy. Nekros was killed, and his son has vowed revenge against the dragons who slew his father. 25 silver and 2,300 experience, making progress. He says for the next quest, Nekrosh's Gambit, while you were fighting the Dragon Maws, we discovered more of their plans. Nekrosh has built catapults and aims to lay siege to Menethil. And with the fighting in Dun Elgaraz, we're effectively blockaded or blocked from reinforcements. You need to take out those catapults. They're in the Dragon Maw encampment. Here, take this tinder, fight your way to the catapults, and light them on fire. And when you're done with that, find and kill Nekrosh. Okay, very well. That sounds complicated, but I will do it. Anything for you, Mr. Stoutfist, Captain Stoutfist. Don't want to not use his rank. We'll skip the steps. Even though in the Navy, they have a saying that never skip steps. And that applies to both walking and procedural compliance. I'm not in the Navy, so I'll skip all the goddamn steps I want. Anyway, I don't know why I just got so hostile towards our sister naval service there, but that's what Marines do. So, all right, we're going to go talk to First Mate Fitzsimmons, speaking of the Navy real quick. And he had me pick up Snoolig's Snuffbox, who is a pirate, or not a pirate, a ship's crew that got killed and was undead, and so I've done that for him. The gratitude of his cursed brethren goes to you as well. Thank you. See you later. 1,700 experience. Now he wants me to lift the curse. His old captain, so to break the curse and free all my brethren, the thing is, stowed on my ship must be retrieved and cleansed. I don't know what it was, but I do know that it was stored securely in the ship's strongbox, with Captain Hallandor lording over it. My old captain is still in my dreams. I know he walks my doomed ship, the Intrepid. Get the key from him and use it to open the Intrepid strongbox. Then, after you have the cursed thing, bring it to the priest Glorin Steelbrow in town. So he wants me to go to the Intrepid, get the strongbox key from the captain, open it, and then bring whatever I find back to town. Roger that. And then I will sell these pants really quick. I also have these boots here that I'm going to sell because I have better boots. My Silver Hand Sabatons are better than these Dredge boots. Dredge boots look pretty cool, but so do the Silver Hand Sabatons. So I'm going to sell those. The, malleable chain leggings look very nice, blue. But I'm more of a red and white kind of guy, especially as the Scarlet Crusader. So I'm going to go ahead and sell those too. And also we talked about how they're not as good. And I'm not a cook, so I do not need this recipe for crockless gumbo. I'm just going to sell it because my bags are already stressed enough as is.
Safe travels.
So that is that. Do I have any more quests to turn in here? No, I don't. I do, however, have some quests to turn in elsewhere in the zone. So what we'll do is we'll call the video here. This will be the first one back in a series. I'm very excited to be back and recording, and I hope you enjoy this as much as I enjoy making them. And the next video, we will go and do some actual questing and some actual killing, and you'll get to see how powerful casual heroes become. It's a lot of fun. Anyway, thanks for joining me. Glad to be back. Looking forward to making these for you. And I hope you have a good time. And I'm super stoked for phase 2. So we'll explore it together and do a little bit of Season of Discovery together. And I'll see you in the next one.